So what this is Predator Patterns Part 10. And what I was saying about the last story, or what I was gonna explain is, oh yeah, so my dad's PDF file, and I was sex trafficked for about 3 years, and I remember one time we were in my dad's truck, and again, I really didn't have autonomy to be like, no, I don't want to ride in your truck. So I was pretty much like, if he told me to get in a truck, I had to get in a truck. If there was no one at home, I had to go with them. If my mom was going somewhere, I was forced to go with them. I didn't have a choice. So I remember one time we were driving. I don't know where we were going, but he was like, there was these kids outside playing basketball, and it was all girls, and they were little too. They were like probably like around 6 to like 10 maybe. And he stops his truck and he was like, "Hey, you guys doing okay?" And they looking at me and I'm looking at him like, "Why you stopping? We don't know these people and they don't know me and I don't know them cuz I'm 16 at the time." So I'm like, "They too little. I don't know them." And they're like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay." And then he a man, but that ain't his voice. But you know what I mean? Like, he was like, "Okay." And then he just drove off. And while he was driving off, I was like, "Why did you just stop to talk to kids like that?" I'm like, "That's weird. You talking to kids like they're adults. You don't know them. You don't know their parents. So why are you stopping and talking to them like that?" I'm like, "Those are the kids. You speaking to them like they're adults, and that's inappropriate." And and he was like, he didn't respond, but he just drove off. And I don't remember him ever doing that again with me, at least when I was in the car. But I know there was other times too where I remember there was this little girl when I was in kindergarten, and she I knew she didn't have a dad. This sounds really ghetto, but like I knew she didn't have a dad. I knew she was raised by a single mom in kindergarten. No, we were pre-K. Yeah, we were in pre-K. Or no, it was kindergarten. And she didn't have a mom. And I remember a dad, and she started latching onto my dad. And my dad saw that as me being possessive of him, as if he was my boyfriend instead of my dad. And then the little girl was just like, "I want a dad." And then I was like, "No." And I remember she tried to hold his hand and tried to be near him. And I remember as a child, I literally pushed her hand away from my dad because I knew that at that time I remembered that he was abusing me, and I was like, "Stay away from him." And